Hello there everybody, I am the CHAL from CHL Sport, and today we're going to be talking all about the Champions Hockey League. There's a brilliant competition, another exciting year coming up in just a few months' time, and we've got Matej Deraj here, who's a ice hockey journalist from Slovakia. We're going to be talking a lot more about Slovakian Branislava, and also about their chance in the CHL this year, and also talk about some other teams as well. So Matej, thank you very much for coming on the show today here on CHL Sport. How are you, first of all?
Hello. Thanks, I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me on here. I'm excited to be joining you, and let's talk about the Champions Hockey League.
Absolutely. We might as well start with the Slovakian domestic league champions, Slovan Bratislava, who, they're quite an historic Slovakian team. I think trophy-wise, they're arguably the second most historic Slovakian champions. In terms of their chances then, let's dive straight in, shall we? How do you fare, looking on paper with the group that they've got, their chance in the Champions Hockey League in terms of going forward into the knockout round?
Yeah, I think the group is pretty tough. They got the Finnish champion, Tappara, from Liga. Then they have Red Bull Munich from the German DEL. And the third team is from Switzerland, Rapperswil-Jona, I think. And obviously, each one of the leagues I mentioned is better than the Slovak league, so it will be a tough competition for sure. I think they're the closest. I would say the most comparable team is from Germany, Red Bull. I think they could go, I would say, on par if they play good games, if they play well, if they're well prepared. But I think, the Swiss league and the Finnish league are obviously one of the best in Europe, arguably one of the best for sure. So it will be a tough competition. I'm not sure. I honestly don't see them making it to playoffs. We've seen last year the Champions Hockey League is a tough competition. The best leagues from Europe are, I would say, on a different level, and the Slovak league, it will take some time to make it more even, but we'll see. Hopefully they'll play their best and play in a good way and be as comparable, and it will be as challenging as it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of the way they play, then, what would you say is the best traits of this Branislava team that's going to help them in the group stages? What would you say is the players to watch out for? What would you say the style of play would be that teams have to watch out for? What can we say to get the fans a little bit more optimistic?
Yeah, the team is not set at all positions yet because they are yet to announce some of the signings. For example, we still don't know who's going to be the number one goalie. We only know who's going to fight for the number two spot. But obviously, a good goalie is a huge difference maker in ice hockey. So we'll see about that. But we do know a couple of names from the offense. Slovan has a leader in Samuel Takáč, for example, who's played at the Olympics, won bronze with the Slovak team at the last Olympics in February. And he was a kind of a surprising name in the nomination. He's 30 already. He had not played at such a big tournament before, but he played quite well. He scored a goal against Sweden in the bronze game, so it was a huge for him. And he also played at the World Championship. And he's kind of I would say, he's starting to be beloved by the fans. So he's a good name. Obviously, a kind of a late boomer. He played in France, for example, for a couple of years, then came back to Slovakia and got a great chance with Slovan. And there's a couple of good imports returning from last year. Slovan has two centers, Brent Harris and William Raposi, who are also good two-way players. They played in the other European leagues for a couple of years, and they resigned with Slovan. There are also some names to watch out for. And well, it's kind of tough to talk about this since the roster is not full yet. But I think the offensive game is something to look forward to. Slovan has a similar system to the one that is played by Slovak national team, and that's an exciting system. Just an aggressive game with a lot of forechecking, staying on the puck and creating chances. So if they continue and play the same path, it will be for sure exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, good luck to Slovan Bratislava in this year's Champions Hockey League. Now, diving into the CHL overall, obviously there's loads of different teams we could pick out here as sort of the dark horse of the competition. But sort of looking at the different teams, who would you say could be maybe a surprise, someone that maybe on paper we wouldn't have said will go too far, either in the groups or in the knockout stages, but maybe this year they could, make a few people go, ooh, maybe they could go far this year.
The Czech league is going to be stronger than last year, I think. Obviously, the situation with the KHL going on and everything, it will bring a lot of players back to Czechia. So if there could be a surprising name or surprising team to advance far, I would go with from the G group, Mountfield Hradec Králové. I think their group is not easy, obviously, but a group they can advance from, and well, you never know what will happen in the playoffs. That's the favorite hockey quote. So if there's a dark horse, I would go with Mountfield Hradec Králové from Czechia.
Okay, interesting pick. Obviously, I'll make my predictions towards the end of the summer, so do check out for a video, guys, later on at the end of the summer. But in terms of who you think on paper could win the title, this is a completely different discussion, because I think there's a few teams in those groups that are really title contenders from the get-go. So who do you think's got a good chance of winning the title this year?
Obviously, the teams are stacked. The teams from the best European leagues are obviously the easiest picks. I like the recent champions, Rögle from Sweden. I think they could do 2 in a row. And some of the Swiss team, for example, Zug is a really strong team from Switzerland. I think they're regaining champions, or at least the base part winners or something. So I would go with these 2 teams, I think.
Okay.
The rosters, players.
Okay, interesting. So hopefully it'll be great to see my predictions at the end of the summer, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll know who will win the title come next year. Finally then, just for people out there that might not know a lot of ice hockey and might not have seen the Champions Hockey League, what makes the CHL one of, if not arguably, the best European hockey league in the world, or tournament in the world?
I would say it's the only way how to compare all the European leagues, because the teams from each country, or not each country, but the best countries are playing against each other. And that's the concept, I mean, all the fans like. It's kind of similar to the UEFA Champions League, every football fan knows, so everyone likes watching that. And obviously these are the strongest European team you can bring to play. So it's something to look forward to, because you do not see players like this every day in your own competition. So that's the main reason, I would say. And it's always nice to compare different styles of playing, of systems and everything. So I would say it's probably just a comparison and look at different styles and exciting players from each country.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. Matej, thank you very, very much for coming on CHL Sports Day. It really does mean a lot. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Every time.
Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe for more content. There's loads of content coming, so stay tuned for that. And for now, I'm the CHALL from CHL Sport, and that is full time.